G'day all, welcome back again to Dad vs Son and our playthrough of Avalanche Presses the Kokoda campaign, which is a Panzer Grenadier campaign, and we're playing the third introductory scenario, which started at 0230, finishes at 0400. We're about to go on with the 0245 turn. During the last turn, not much happened. Except I grabbed the wrong thing. Hang on a tick. So we started with a couple of leaders and a platoon up here, and we've moved them down into the forward areas and left a lieutenant here, so that we've got all of our required VPs, or our maximum VPs that we can get of 12. And the Japanese started to move on. Their senior leader here, the captain, with three infantry platoons, started to move up the track towards the village of Kokoda. This lieutenant following up behind with some reinforcements, and this lieutenant was trying to diddly bop around this way, but got disorientated in the dark, and they just stayed there. This bloke did diddly squat at the moment. He's going to follow up again. Up this way. So let's get into it. Well, the Australians are on initiative 2, Japanese on initiative 3, and as you can see, morale again for the Australians is not great against the Japanese morale. So, initiative, Australia first, a 2 + 5 is 7, and Japanese, a 3 + 3 is 6. That's 1 halved is 1, so is half, rounded up is 1 activation for the Australians. So let's get that out of the way. I keep grabbing the wrong one because dork. Drag that out of the way. And the Japanese also, like I said before, have 1 off-board artillery, which is effectively mortars. It's only an 8. Righto, so do the Australians want to do anything? Now, as per rules, village. Note that each unit or leader that occupies a village hex is automatically considered dug in. So all of our people are dug in. We don't have to worry about doing anything for that. There's not much sense in running out here and trying to do anything, so we're in a dug in position. So we're just going to pass. So the Japanese are going to do their first activation. Now, they're going to take a hit no matter what they do. So the captain here is going to activate to move his people, and we're going to diddly bop down the track. So they're on the track. This is still considered jungle hex, and everything on the western side is light jungle, so it's going to cost 2 to get to there. So this bloke goes to here like this. Now this is light jungle, but I'm still a bit ambivalent about what actual level this terrain here is in the center. So as you can see, this is a 20-meter contour, and this is a 40-meter contour. We're ignoring 60s and 80s, so anything above 40 is ignored. So if this is 40 here, this is 40 here, then all this could be rising up to the 40, but the way I'm reading the map, because you've got this sort of thing here, well, in fact, it probably makes more sense to say this is gradually climbing. So we'll say it's gradually climbing. So we can actually see through here, through the light. Sorry, we can't see them because it's nighttime. So forget that, go back to sleep, and he moves forward again to there. Okay, now what do we want to do? We could opportunity fire here with the Lieutenant Colonel and his stack. That would give us an opportunity fire of 12, so that'd be the 11 column to start with, which is better than there. It's only 8, so that'd be 1 column less. So we'll activate these guys to opportunity fire with this guy. Well, we're only going to get shots on 2 of their movements anyway. So no, we're not going to. So this guy is done. This guy then moves forward to there. He is done. And we will opportunity fire now. We're not going to opportunity. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have 4, 8, 12, 13. So we're still on the 11 column. So it's not going to make a great deal of difference there. So let's go through the modifiers. Target's not in anything. Target's not woods, heavy woods. It's not jungle. It's only light jungle now. It's not firing through a light woods or light jungle hex or hedgerows or anything or smoke. Target is not dug in. Target is on a higher elevation than firing units. Now, this is where it's important. If this is rising terrain, then they're not on a higher elevation. These guys are actually on a higher elevation. So I think that's the way we'll go. So higher elevation, no. Spotting range, no. No. No, no, no. Okay, target is adjacent. So we've got a +2. Target is nothing there. Its opportunity fire is +3. So we go from the 11 up to the 30. Okay, firing on the 30, we get an 8, which is an M1. Okay, so this guy is a 9, so he needs an 8 or less. And gets it. So, yep, he's fine. And then the captain and Tennille over here move up as well. Excuse me. And we're firing on the 30 again. And we get a 10 this time on the 30, which is a step loss. Okay. So this guy takes a step loss. Let's flip. And they take their first step loss. And they need to lose 3 steps to lose an initiative point. Okay, so he's taken his step loss. They now do an M2 each. So the captain is an 8, so he needs a 6 or less and passes. And the reduced unit is an 8, so again he needs a 6 or less and fails and becomes disrupted. But because it's been a step loss, we also need to do a leader check, leader loss check. So that's rolling snake eyes, but we've had a step loss, so it's a 2 or a 3 and the captain is gone. Nope, he's fine. So these guys are done. And that is the first activation for the Japanese and the first activation for the Australians. They've finished their fire now and they're done. So that was the Japanese activation. We now have the Australian activation. So we're going to activate our little friends here to fire onto this stack as well. So this time we only have 8. Do I want to do that? Yes, I do. So we're going to fire into here. So we're on the 7 column. Again, they're adjacent, which goes up 2. But now there's 3 or more combat units. So we go up to the 22 column. And we get an 8 on the 22, which is a morale check. Right, morale check here for the captain is an 8 or less. He passes. Our disrupted guy is an 8 or less. And he gets it. And then the other 2 are 9s or less. First guy fails and is disrupted. And oh, they're both disrupted. Okay, so they're all disrupted now. That was damn fine. We were lucky with that. Right. So that was the Australians' second activation. We're back to the Japanese. What do they want to do? Well, I think the first thing is that the captain, even though he's already activated, is going to fire off the barrage. So let's go to the bombardment. Okay, so it's an 8, so we're on the 8 column. Target is a town or entrenchment? No, it's not. Target is a beach, jungle, mangrove, blah, blah, blah. No. Target is dug in, so we're down 1. Target is a mortar or anything? No. It's not friendly fire. It's not vehicles and stuff. Target hex is fired on when spotting range 1 or 2. Well, spotting range is 1. So we're down another 1. Target contains 3 combat units. It does. So we're up 1. So we're down 1. Target is adjacent to firing unit. No, it's not. Because the firing unit's off board. So we're effectively down 1. So we're on the 5 column. And we get a 7, which of course is going to do nothing. And this is fired. And it ran away. Sorry. Doop. Bring that back over there and then go fire. Oh, why is it doing that? Thought it was supposed to just turn over. Ah, there it is. Okay. It just moved. Righto. So that is the Japanese second activation. We go back to the Australians. The Australians can't really do anything. So we're back to the Japanese for their third activation. And the lieutenant will follow up with his troops. So the platoon moves forward 2 and then 4 to there because they're on the track the whole time. They've got the extra movement factor. So they all come up to there and are done. Back to the Australians. Australians don't want to do anything, which is good because it means we're not going to end up with, well, it's bad in a way. Could I do anything? If I move out of there. We still hold it. All I'm thinking is if I move, then that will be the third activation for the Australians. And that means it will be starting then because the Japanese have already had 3 activations. That means we will be starting Fog of War. So it's actually, as silly as it sounds, we're going to move this lieutenant. I got in there. Lieutenant Colonel, a lieutenant and a sergeant. Alliance. We'll move into here. They've all activated. They can't do anything. So he is done. That's our third. So now it's back to the Japanese. And we do a Fog of War roll. Doesn't do anything. And we activate this lieutenant now. And they're going to move. They're going to try and move down here. They want to come around this way and cut off their retreat. So we need to do a disorientation roll. And they roll a 6. And a 6, actually, they move in the direction they want. So, yeah, they're all supposed to move individually. This is jungle, so this is 2 movement points. They've got 3, so they just all end up there. Once they get over into here, it's light jungle. Like I said, I've put light woods there just to remind me. But they are done. Australians pass. Japanese are going to try and activate this guy. So Fog of War roll, nothing happening. Will we bring these guys straight up the track? And I think we will. So same thing again, coming up the track. Jungle, so 2, 4 to there. Moving them all together because nothing can happen. And that's the end of that turn. So the Australians started off well. We've put a step loss on the Japanese and disrupted their forward company, which is great. So we'll see what happens from there. So first things we need to do is clear markers like that. We've got our step loss on here. Let's put that up there that way. I keep grabbing the right one. So we've got our step loss for the Japanese up here, which is good. Move this up to the next turn, 0300. Save the game away. And Bob's your auntie with a beard. Yeah. Bob's your uncle. Right, so that's about it. So when we come back, we'll go on with the next turn. It's only 7 turns, remember? So again, the book says 7 turns, the scenario book. The Panzer Grenadier, Panzer, what do they call it? Panzer Grenadier Headquarters site says it's 8 turns. I haven't been able to find any errata for this one, so I'm just going with the 7 turns. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.